If you recently watched the Last Dance documentary about the 97-98 Chicago Bulls, you know the story of how massively underpaid Scottie Pippen was, and how that caused a rift that almost broke the team. Pip was one of the best and most famous players in the NBA, and he was earning less than $3 million, slightly more than a minimum contract in the NBA today. Like Scottie, there are many current players who are outproducing their salary. Here are today's top 10 most underpaid NBA players. Giannis Antetokounmpo. When you have the NBA MVP on your team, and you're paying him about 60% of what the highest paid player in the league gets, the math is pretty simple. You're getting a 40% discount. Granted, the Bucks didn't play any games with retaining Giannis. When his rookie contract was expiring in 2016, they signed him to a maximum deal, $100 million over 4 years. Since then, the money for maximum rookie scale extension increased significantly, and we saw players like Karl Anthony Towns and Devin Booker sign extensions worth more than $150 million. With the increase in the salary cap and Giannis's vastly improved game, his current $25 million per year looks like a bargain. There are 40 players in the NBA earning more than the Greek Freak in 2020, with Steph Curry leading the league with a $40 million salary. But don't feel sorry for Giannis. The Bucks will almost certainly offer him a Supermax extension after this season, and that contract will be worth more than $250 million over 5 years. If Giannis signs it, he's going to sign the largest contract in NBA history. Lou Williams. Lou Williams won the 2019 Sixth Man of the Year award. Along with Jamal Crawford, he's the only man to achieve this feat 3 times, and is widely considered as one of the best bench players in the NBA today. Since he was traded to the Clippers in a deal that sent Chris Paul to Houston, Lou Will is averaging over 20 points and 5 assists per game, which are better numbers than most starters have. So when the Clippers extended his deal to a mere $8 million per year, it was considered a huge discount, and every fan and GM thought Lou deserved more. From Williams' side, he knew that he could have gotten more elsewhere, but he got traded 5 times in the last 5 years and wanted to stick with one team and spare his family from constant moving. He liked the direction of the Clippers and playing for Doc Rivers, so he chose stability and winning over more dollars, which is not something a lot of players do these days. Montrezl Harrell. Like Williams, his teammate Montrezl Harrell would also be a starter on most teams. Trez finished 3rd in last year's voting for Sixth Man of the Year, and together, they form the best bench duo in the league. Williams-Harrell pick-and-roll is one of the most efficient options in the Clippers' offense, even with Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. Trez is averaging over 18 points and 7 rebounds per game on a very efficient 58% shooting. His salary, on the other hand, is not that spectacular. Harrell is earning a modest $6 million per year, which is way too little considering his production. His contract is up after this season, and it's going to take north of $20 million per year to keep him in LA. Kendrick Nunn. There are several players on rookie deals who have become massive stars and are hugely outplaying their first NBA contracts. Luka Doncic, Trae Young, Jason Tatum, and Donovan Mitchell are a few notable examples. However, those are all players chosen in the lottery, and it was expected from them to perform well. Out of all players who are on rookie deals, nobody is outperforming his salary quite like Kendrick Nunn from the Miami Heat. Nunn went undrafted in the 2018 draft, and would spend the 18-19 season with the Santa Cruz Warriors, Golden State's G League affiliate team. Miami realized his potential, and they signed him this season to a 2-year minimum rookie extension, worth roughly $1.5 million per year. However, even the Heat didn't expect Nunn to explode as he did on the big scene. With over 15 points and 3 assists per game, Nunn became a starting point guard over former All-Star Goran Dragic and is in the contention for Rookie of the Year. Not bad for an undrafted player earning a minimum NBA salary. Derrick Rose. Among the top 50 scorers in the NBA this year, 3 players earn less than $10 million per year, other than the guys on rookie deals. Derrick Rose is among those 3, together with the aforementioned Lou Williams and Harrell. D-Rose is earning $7.3 million this season with the Pistons, which is an absolute bargain considering he carried the team in the absence of injured Blake Griffin. He's playing the most efficient basketball of his career, and his 18 points and 5.6 assists per game are better than most starting point guards in the league. He's not the same Derrick Rose that won the MVP, but he quietly reinvented his game as an elite sixth man and should be paid more. Spencer Dinwiddie. Spencer Dinwiddie is earning $10.6 million in 2020, which seems like an average worth of a backup NBA point guard. The difference with Spence, however, is that he was promoted to the starting lineup after Kyrie Irving got hurt, and he over-delivered. In Irving's absence, Dinwiddie leads the Nets with 20.6 points and 6.8 assists per game, and the team's current playoff berth is largely due to his great play. His contract is guaranteed for next season, after which he can opt out and search for greener pastures. It'll probably take more than 10 million green reasons to convince him to stay in Brooklyn. PJ Tucker. PJ Tucker is mostly known for two things. He's the most notorious sneakerhead in the NBA, known to switch shoes every quarter and spend lavish amounts on the rarest breeds of designer sneakers. He's also the heart and soul of the Houston Rockets, their defensive anchor, and a huge reason why they can play their switch defense. Tucker is incredibly mobile for a power forward, and although he's only 6'6", he's an excellent rebounder, and his sturdy frame is like you're trying to move a fire hydrant. It's not going to happen that easily. PJ is also a really good three-point shooter, which makes him a perfect 3-and-D complementary part in the Harden-centric offense that Houston plays. While other teams like the Warriors have spent $18 million for their core contributors like Andre Iguodala, PJ Tucker earns a modest $8 million per year. It's not pocket change, but he's underpaid in NBA terms, especially when you know that the man pays $200,000 per season just for sneakers. Draymond Green. When Draymond Green signed a max extension worth $100 million over 4 years in the summer of 2019, it was deeply surprising and strange to me. First of all, players with the same experience like Tobias Harris or Chris Middleton were signing max deals worth $190 million. So why was Draymond's max deal so much smaller? Well, Draymond signed this deal with 1 year left of his current contract. Per NBA rules, the starting salary in an extension is limited to 120% of what the player earned the previous year. In Draymond's case, the remaining year of his last contract was $18.5 million, meaning his maximum starting salary in an extension could be $22.2 million. If Draymond had waited until the 19-20 season finished, he could have gotten a full max deal in the range of $160 million over 4 years. However, due to salary cap restrictions, this probably couldn't have happened with the Warriors. And with the experience of his former teammate DeMarcus Cousins and Isaiah Thomas a couple of years before, Draymond realized how fickle is an athlete's health, and that he's potentially risking a lot if he gets seriously injured. So he played it safe, took $100 million, and stayed with his pals Steph and Clay. Smart choice if you ask me, and it's not like he's going to starve. Yousuf Nurkic. The last person on the list comes with an asterisk, because he didn't play a minute of NBA basketball this year, and has earned $12 million. However, when he does return to action, and if he keeps the same production, Yousuf Nurkic will prove that he's one of the most underpaid centers in the league. The Bosnian beast sustained compound fractures to both tibia and fibula of his left leg in March of 2019. Until then, Nurkic was one of the most team-friendly deals in the NBA, considering he was the glue guy for the Blazers, both offensively and defensively. His 15 points, 10 rebounds, and 3 assists don't tell the true story of Nurk's importance for the team. And his absence is one of the main reasons for the Blazers' struggles this year, as Hassan Whiteside proved unable to mesh with Lillard and McCollum.